hits your eye like a big pizza pie. That's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had...
Ciao, welcome. Today we're making braciole. Beef braciole, that is. Actual one of the stars of the Sunday meat sauce. But today we're going to do something a little different, where we're going to saute it in a wine mushroom broth. Absolutely fantastic dish. What we have right here now is some bottom round beef, okay? And it came flattened. We're going to flatten it a little more, and I'm going to trim it. If it's trimmed, perfect, but I got this, and there's a little extra fat on it, and we're going to take that off. I'm not afraid of a little fat. That's flavor, but that's tough, and that's never going to break down. And what I like to do here to flatten it out is I like to put the beef in between two pieces of saran wrap. We flatten it out for a couple of reasons. The main reason being that they become all uniform and they cook the same. So the easiest way to do this is in between two pieces of saran wrap. It actually makes it clean up as well. And we pan that out. It tenderizes it and uniforms the shape. Okay, all finished. Pull the saran wrap off. Nice and easy. Going to liberally salt all the beef. And get a little cracked black pepper on there. And that's the base. That's the flavor base. Need a little salt and pepper. There's so many different variations of this dish. There's probably a billion different ways. You can use beef, pork, all different stuffing ingredients. Absolutely fantastic. We have prosciutto di Parma here, and we're going to put one slice on each piece of beef. And you know, I'm a firm believer in tasting all the ingredients, because your dish is only as good as the ingredients. So this one's for me. Absolutely amazing. Salty, unique flavor. Okay, we have the last piece of prosciutto down. And now we're going to start making the mixture. And like I say, this is where you can have so many variations. I have a little Asiago cheese today, a little plain breadcrumb, pecorino romano cheese, the ultimate ingredient, chopped garlic, parsley, touch of salt, a little more cracked black pepper, cracked, say that fast, that'll mess you up, and a little olive oil. And we give that a nice little toss, incorporate all the ingredients, and then what we're going to do, spoon's not going to work today, best utensil in the kitchen are the fingers, and we're going to start distributing that on each piece of meat. Okay, we have the last filling I should say. Not really stuffing, we don't want to stuff them too much. We want balance. We have that there. And then what we start to do here, I want to give it another little shot of oil. And then what we want to do here is we want to start firmly rolling it. And then we're going to tie them. But that's how it looks. Nice and uniform. Okay, we have them all rolled, and we're going to start tying them. Okay? And again, there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. Please don't use toothpicks. Use toothpicks. I know it's much easier and it's faster, but what happens, one of the next steps is we're going to start searing this on all sides. And if you put toothpicks in here, it's virtually impossible to get a good seal on every side of the braciole. So what I like to do is put 3 or 4 ties on it. I also don't like to wrap one end and then just wind this with all the string. Again, that's easier, but then what happens? You can't get the good crust on that because you have too much twine. So you want to tie it up like this, firm, not too tight. We'll get the nice sear on it, the nice browning of the meat. It's an integral part of it. And that's what it's going to look like before we start sauteing that. All right, bracioles are all tied. Look at that beauty. It's like the Mona Lisa. A little salt. A little black pepper. So we flattened, we stuffed, we rolled, we tied. Now we're searing. Okay? And I'm going to put that down on this side first. You don't want to overcrowd the pan because that's going to stop the searing of the meat. So we're going to do this in 2 batches. And I know it's tempting to start turning these and rolling these. Do not. Let them stay. It takes time, and then we'll start to roll them and brown them on all sides. Do you hear that? That's the fans going wild. Okay, the last 2 bracioles are browning. And look at that. Look at that caramelization on that meat. The browning. It's just an intense flavor. I have all the bracioles out. Got a little too much oil in the pan right now, so I'm going to take a little bit out. Put that back on the heat. Going to take my onions. I got a yellow onion. You can use a red onion. We want to get a light, nice saute on here. As we're doing this, it's helping deglaze the pan because we really want to get all those brown bits and pieces off the bottom of the pan. Again, that's the flavor saver. Got that here. Onions are smelling fantastic. Got a little saute going on here. I like to take a little white wine. And that'll really help deglaze the pan. And again, aggressively, you want to really start scraping this pan to get all those brown bits off. Okay, so we got every piece brown bit off the bottom of the pan. Look at that. It's all gone. It's all in the broth right here. Going to take the mushrooms, add the mushrooms, and I like to add a little bit of chicken stock. And then what I like to do is bring this up to a boil. Okay, we have the broth up to a boil. I'm going to give it a taste right now. You have to keep tasting your food every step. If this doesn't taste good, it's totally going to affect the final dish. Excellent. A touch more salt, a little black pepper, and now I'm going to start dropping in these beautiful beef bracioles. Got a nice little jacuzzi going on here. You have all the flavor here. These bracioles are only cooked maybe 10, 20%. They're going to do the simmering in here. Juices that were in the tray. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Take a lid, cover it every 15, 20 minutes. We'll open that, turn them around, toss them a little bit. Cooking time is going to be about an hour till they're fork tender, sometimes an hour and a half. Another shortcut is you can take this at this point right now and put it in a preheated oven at 350 degrees for about an hour and a half, an hour or 45 minutes. You don't have to turn it, you don't have to do anything. You could go take a nap. Okay, I'll see you back in a little while. All right, these bracioles have been simmering for over an hour right now. Take a look at that. That's absolutely gorgeous. Remove that from the pan there and start removing the string. The scissor is definitely your best friend here. Ooh, a little bit hot. Where's it all there? And take a look at this. See the cheese, the parsley, the garlic. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Take a little taste. what I like to do with this dish is I like to put it over a creamy bed of polenta. Put that there. A little mushroom gravy. Bon appetit. Enjoy.